So, hey, Bones, seems like we're getting this onslaught of celebrity deaths, man. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I don't know all of what's in there, but you look at Ozzy Osbourne and uh you look at Hulk Hogan and you look at Henry Mancini. Um I think Henry and Ozzy were both in their 80s. Uh Hulk
O-
was in his 70s,
Ozzy was
but he
actually
was
76.
yeah, Hulk
Yeah.
was he was Ozzy was
Ozzy was 76. Hulk Hogan was 71. Chuck
uh
Mangione was 84.
okay, there you go. Um yeah, everybody is getting up in age, but exact cause of deaths, they said Hulk had a heart attack.
Right?
Uh, Ozzy ongoing health issues.
Right.
Um, um, Mancini probably ongoing health issues with age.
Right.
And to add to the list, there, another real popular was Lonnie Anderson passed away, and I think she had just turned 80.
Yeah. Just turned 80.
Um, I didn't get to read up on the cause of death for her. Do you know anything?
I didn't read up on the cause on that one. It just happened so recently. Uh, there were a few others we can add to that list. Um, and again, we're looking at these people were the icons of our era. I mean, who didn't love Ozzy, man?
Yeah.
That
Well,
guy
how
changed a
could you
lot of
not?
lives. Ozzy was
From
just,
the from the
oh
get go,
man,
and then he went through a lot of changes. But I remember when Black Sabbath first come out, and it hit me almost not as hard, but it hit me almost like Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin was the shit, and
right?
then Ozzy shows up. I had been listening to Blood Rock. I don't know if you're familiar with that band, but they're kind of a down um, flat note playing band.
Mm-hmm.
They did uh, Sable and Pearl. I think they're most popular. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it had the sirens and crap. We were flying low and hit something in the
Right,
air.
DOA.
Yeah, DOA.
Yep.
So that led into my liking of Ozzy's form of music.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, yeah, it's hard to watch all of these people
Well,
that we grew up with.
Ozzy went through a lot of eras. I mean, even my kids have listened to Ozzy. He's one of those that carried on forever. And then, of course, Hulk Hogan, man. Who didn't
Yeah.
know and love the Hulk? Although I guess here's an interesting controversy that came about with Hulk Hogan's death. There was a streamer, forget the guy's name, very popular streamer, did a tribute session for Hulk Hogan and received backlash and complaints from his fans. So he turned around and did an apology letter and then got backlash from the Hulk Hogan's fans. And he actually said, you know what? If this is the way things have turned, I'm done. And he quit streaming. This is a streamer that was making, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Backlash and protest of his tribute to one of many generations icons, Hulk Hogan. Uh,
Yeah, who
wow.
didn't, it's like I think about the Hulk, and it reminds me when my kids were young, Hulk was getting popular, real popular, and one of my boys had a Stretch Armstrong. Um, when the Hulk figurine come out, he had to have it because he'd
Oh
been
yeah.
watching, 'cause he did a lot of children stuff. He'd been watching the Hulk on, I forget what, but I had to have the figurine. So Hulk would beat up Stretch Armstrong after that.
Well, yeah. I mean, who couldn't the Hulk beat up? That guy was everybody's hero and idol, man, and just his out there attitude. The guy was just incredible, man. Uh,
And it carried on through his family too. You know, his daughters all have an outgoing attitude. Uh, you know, watch them grow up in the limelight or shadow of his limelight. You know,
mm-hmm.
uh, they all stepped up to the plate with positive. So kind of cool to watch that.
Yeah. So we got Ozzy, we got Hulk. Another maybe lesser known among some circles. Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Cosby
Yeah,
Show.
yeah, that
He drowned. Was only 53 years old. Drowned over in, I
yeah,
believe it
yeah.
was Costa Rica.
I read that he drowned. He had drowned. Yeah, I read that. That's kind of sad. Pretty young, really. You know, if I look at it from my standpoint.
Right, my point of view, 53 is pretty young, and I mean that's
I
uh,
remember my 50s. You know.
yeah. And then we've got I wasn't real familiar with her, but there's a lady named Anne Burrell, was 54. I guess she was famous on she was a famous cook on a lot of cooking shows. Uh, I guess she was well known for her appearances and attitude on Worst Chef Ever. 54 years old, she committed suicide. And they haven't really said much about the reasoning behind that. Another pop icon, Connie Francis, passed away at 87, and I'm sure that one was health issues related. So, we've got this list of celebrity deaths that seem to be hitting. Man, the end of July, first part of August is just racked with it. I've never seen a plague of celebrity deaths occur within such a short time period. And
Yeah, it's like they're dropping with like flies out there. I don't know what's going on, but
right.
I look at it like I've had several of my friends um, start to pass away. You know,
Mm-hmm.
go into that era of prepare yourself. He's in the end of life. Hospice is coming. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I can understand where the celebrities are and stuff in their age, and you never know. You never know when it's your time. You never know.
Right. Well,
So
we just wanted to do a brief segment to recognize these celebrities that have passed recently and put a shout out to them and sympathies for their families. We know there were fan bases all the way across the board. Every name we mentioned, um, their passings kind of to me signify the ending of an era of sorts. Um,
yeah, it bring up the country song. Who's going to fill their shoes? You know what's next? Where do we
right,
go from here?
right. I mean, there are other people stepping in to take their place. The younger generations have got their Aussies and their Hulks. But for our era, these guys were icons. These guys and gals were icons, and they'll be missed. So,
Now, I wanted to say one more thing about Henry Mancini. Back in the day, my mom, uh, family fairly musical. I'd already been dabbling, playing guitar and things, but she was into the Henry Mancini and the trumpet and horn blowing, and then
hmm.
Herb Alpert came along, which prompted me to learn how to play the trumpet. So there's
Ah,
there's there's ways that adversely those guys affected individuals' lives.
hmm.
So I don't know if I'd have ever picked up the trumpet if it hadn't been for Henry Mancini, you know,
Right.
and Herb Alpert. So there's that.
Yeah. Well, from Padre Havoc and Bones, sympathies go out for these legends that are now gone.
Yes, and God bless everybody and their families, and try to stay positive out there.